every parent has their own spider tingles, right? That gut instinct that something is wrong. Please trust your gut instinct. Have those conversations there and then, rather than snooping around and trying to figure out what's happening at their end.
The idea of supervision came from a lot of feedback from parents saying that they want to understand what is happening on Instagram.
Parents can see who you are following they cannot see your DMs. And of course, if you've reported, then they will know. To the teachers and to the parents here, this session is going to be about us. It is not a you versus me sort of session, but it is to build this bridge and say, how do we all ensure that you are safe on Instagram? And I don't think there is anybody else better to actually, like I said, you guys are really, really privileged and very, very lucky that we have somebody from Meta who's going to be speaking with you, and she's going to highlight the features and talk about parental supervision tools and how is Meta doing their bit to help us raise responsible teenagers. And for that, we have with us Natasha Jog, Head of Public Policy, Instagram.
The idea is just to tell you what is the kind of stuff that you need to watch out for and what do you need to know on Instagram to keep yourself safe. One of my favorite features actually is called Take a Break. Take a Break allows you to determine how much time you want to spend on Instagram, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, go in and kind of put that in. It's all in your settings, right, in your app. Just go play around with it a little. That's my best tip for anyone who wants to understand Instagram. Just go play around with the settings, understand where the tools are placed. And Take a Break allows you to say, I want to take a break after 10 minutes or 20 minutes on Instagram. Say I choose 10 minutes. I get a full screen notification at the end of 10 minutes of scrolling to say, hey, it's time to take a break, and some expert-backed resources on, what can you do with this time? So that's the kind of stuff, and I really like that because it kind of, sometimes we do go into, this endless scrolling, and it happens to me as well. So I think being able to do that is really good.
The role of parents is actually twofold. One is our number one job is to look after their safety and security, which includes all physical, emotional well-being. Secondly, to create that space where they are able to talk and express what they are going through. That's, I think, the key part. Thirdly, to put boundaries on their behavior. And I think sometimes we get a little lopsided. We either we put too much of effort on only the expressing part, or too much effort only on the boundary part. So that balance which is there between the expression and putting a boundary on behavior gets somewhere lost there.
The idea of supervision came from a lot of feedback from parents saying that they want to understand what is happening on Instagram. And again, I'm going to repeat this because I think it can be a little confusing to know what is it that the parent is supervising. Do they have unrestricted access to the account? Do they see my DMs? Do they know I'm speaking to? No, they do not. I'll cap that again. Parents want to know what is Instagram like, what are they doing there, how much time are they spending, who's following them, etc. And that's pretty much what we've solved for at the moment.
Parents can see who you are following if you have had that layer of parental supervision on. Your parents can see who you are following, who is following you. They cannot see your DMs, so do not be afraid. Of course, if your content, if they're following you, they can see that. And of course, if you've reported, then they will know, because that is important, because obviously you're reporting someone for a reason. And last bit, which is on the time limit, which is on the screen time, because that is, again, the parent can have a time supervision layer added, just so that, at certain times, it could be dinner or during exams or during your matches or, important competitions, that layer is added. Now, this is, again, done to make sure that you're safe on the platform. All the kids present here, how many of you have allowed your parents to follow you on Instagram?
I want to add on a question to that. Is that the only account that you have?
That's a good one. Very good one. Are your parents following your main account, or are they following your spam account? We as parents, as the adult in our child's life, has that responsibility for entering their world. They are not going to be the ones to enter our world. Parents, I always feel, never ever break down your lines of communication with your children. Let that never happen for any reason.
They should always have that safety net, whatever may happen. The kind of message, if something goes wrong, I don't want you to think of if I'll be caught or not. But if something goes wrong, I want you to think of if you are okay or hurt and your safety. And I will not let you regret coming back to me and sharing this with you. So never let your communication break down with your kids there.
Look, I will just say a couple of things. Keep your account safe. Read the safety features. Really, I feel that there are a lot of excellent features that are out there, and buy a bunch of platforms. And you must familiarize yourself with them. We get so much about hacking. All it takes is a two-factor authorization, right? So set up two-factor authorization. Do not share your password. That's the other thing that people do, right? I mean, it began like Netflix. Don't do it. Keep your account safe. Sometimes then passwords do get it the wrong hands. You forget you've given it, and they go around, and then all kind of content is being put out. Then you want your account to be deleted. You don't have access to it, etc. So keep a private account private. Share with people that you feel comfortable with. But at the same time, be responsible for your own safety and well-being on the platform.
For parenting tips, celebrity interviews, recipes, conversations with experts, DIYs, and lots more. Subscribe to Kidsstoppress now.